What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Sleepy Otaku Show. Super Otaku Show. How you guys doing? We're here weirdly early in the day. I also have like my whole chat blocked and everything. I'm a mess here. But how are you guys doing? We'll start it up with my Roman half. We never go to you first. How you doing, Aaron?
I'm doing wonderful. This is a normal time for me to be up, so because I'm an adult.
That makes one of us. Uh, how are you doing, Sharif, the shooting star sheriff?
Yo, I'm doing all right. This is also a normal time for me to be up as well. So just because I'm just an early riser, I'm not a night owl, but I'm doing all right. We're good. I got my toucan on my shirt, so let's go.
Let's go.
And finally, our substitute host for Taylor, who is currently asleep, Agumon. How you hanging? What's up, buddy?
No. What up? I'm normally asleep at this time. I'm a night owl, so I'm always up all night. I'm here specifically because I love these three, and Agumon,
Oh.
and All Might, and of course Hinata. Let's roll with it. Let's rock with it. What's up?
Oh man, it's funny because anybody that's like a regular to the channel, and I think they like the other guys know, I am normally a night owl. I normally don't sleep at night. I like to run my schedules. I like to stay up till about 5, 6 in the morning and then sleep till like noon. And that's life. And I've recently adjusted my life schedule so I wake up early. And it's so weird being awake like before noon and not being sleepy. And I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
It's a bad thing. Dude,
It's nice.
I was playing D&D with the guys on Friday, and it hit like 11:30 because we start kind of late. We start at like 9:45, 10 o'clock, and at like 11:30, I'm sitting there going, oh, yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. They're like, you can't do that. You're the dungeon master. And I was like, fuck.
And they were like roll for
Yeah, roll
I don't
for
know
sleep
what.
check.
Yeah, roll for sleep check. Critical fail.
Man. So anyway, to get it started, what's everybody been watching? What's everybody been reading this week? Anybody got anything cool or fun they want to share?
I do for the first time.
Oh yeah,
on
Aaron
the show.
told us this the other day. I'm super excited. Aaron has a thing.
I have something completely new that I watched, and I was able to binge it all. I was really happy that it was only like one season, and it's a full story. I watched Parasite on Netflix. Has anybody else here watched Parasite?
I haven't.
Parasite is lit.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So, Parasite is actually a pretty good show. I was kind of surprised that it kept surprising me. Because after like the first couple episodes, I'm like, all right, where is this gonna go? Where are they gonna take this? And it actually was pretty thoughtful and well executed. I enjoyed it a lot. It brings up a lot of kind of deeper philosophical questions. It's the kind of anime I like, where it's like flashy, ridiculous sci-fi premise, and at the heart of it is a deep critique of humanity and what we are as a species. I thought it was quite interesting. And for anybody who doesn't know what the show is, brief summary: a alien life force of some kind. It's not even really specified that it's from another planet. It just shows up one day. Are these little parasitic worms that go inside people, take control of their brain, and then basically become that person, and they devour other humans to sustain themselves. The main character got lucky and was able to cut off the parasite before it was able to get to his brain, but it matures in his arm, so now he just has this little arm alien creature who cannot survive without him. And they both have to work together to survive in this new hellscape of terrifying monster creatures. Very much like, it kind of reminds, like, the early writing kind of reminds me of Death Note, with like the aesthetics of John Carpenter's The Thing for like the alien designs. So I don't know, real cool anime. I'd highly recommend it. It's only 25 episodes total for the entire series, and it's all on Netflix. It's just like an easy binge.
Noise. All right. So what are the other two? What have you guys been watching? What have you guys been reading?
I actually started oh my god, I actually finally started this one anime. It's the Cuz knows the name of this one. It's escaping me right now. It's the other anime with the teasing girl, the teasing tan girl.
Nagatoro.
Oh, we got some news about that, but we'll get to that later.
Nagatoro. Yes, I Yes, so I watched like the first 2 episodes of that because I really wanted something similar to Takagi-san in a way, and I watched like the first 2 episodes of Nagatoro, like Cuz over here mentioned, and I enjoyed it for the most part. I know there was some controversy around it in the beginning. Is that right, Taylor? There was some controversy. There was some weird controversy about it, but like I don't get it. So I've been enjoying it. It's just about a girl who's just like teasing people that she's interested in. I was like, oh, whatever.
I mean, it's like from what I saw in the preview, it just looks like this. I could imagine a controversy, but I haven't seen the entire show, so I couldn't say. I'd imagine that the controversy stems from like this girl bullying people into liking her. Oh. It's just kind of in this very creepy way.
Taylor, you want to take this one?
No. I'm interested though. Tell me more about the show.
That wasn't the controversy. First off, Twitter is stupid.
Yes, no, we all agree Twitter is toxic garbage.
No one, you don't get information from Twitter.
Of the controversy was that she looked like she was like a young girl, and they say she was being sexualized like a young girl, but these are the same people who laughed at Redo of a Healer. So
okay, so it's the
their
same.
Entire opinion is void in my.
Well, so it's like the same controversy as like other anime that deal with young children and usually hypersexualize them. Like that's always been a general controversy among. No. I think even anime fans can recognize that it's like sometimes they're a little loose with the sexualization of children.
Yeah,
but
like it's
I don't know about in this show. Couldn't say.
Some people did have like the issue with it that you mentioned with it being bullying, but as a guy who grew up in the United States of America, that is not bullying. That's not being bullied.
Yeah,
I noticed. Okay, there's this weird trend in like Japanese media where like the way that like there's like this fanfic that men write over there where there's like these shy boys who aren't interested in sex or girls, and like all these girls start bullying them into like hypersexual situations. It's like why do you think that's what's I think that's what they want to happen. I feel like a lot of men just really want women to step on them or something.
Have you seen the big lady from Resident Evil?
Yes. Oh, I'm so into Big Lady from Resident Evil. I'm not gonna lie.
Lady Dimitrescu.
So good.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
who's not into Big Lady from Resident Evil?
Like about Nagatoro, I actually just caught up on it this week again. It's one of the things I watched, but yeah, I think a lot of the people getting mad about it were people who hadn't watched the show. They watched like the trailer, and the trailer mostly takes from the first 2 episodes where she is hella mean to Senpai, but like that's the thing. Like the trick to it is because there's more, right? If you watch the show, because she's mean to him because she's like a teenage girl who is like a Yankee like Yarrow girl. So she's kind of a bully, but she also doesn't know how to be nice to him because she likes him, which is a pretty like atypical high school thing. Like I think we've all been there where you pick on somebody you like.
No, luckily I avoided this entirely. Apparently, I was told at a young age that the way to get people to like you is not to bully them like horribly. I don't know. It seems pretty simple to me, but I guess this is just a thing we've come to expect out of teenagers.
Yeah, like it is a common thing. It's not like always gonna happen. The other thing is that it's a like reverse play on the normal like shy girl and like outgoing guy. So like they do a lot of like funny plays and tropes on like the stuff that would normally happen. Like instead of him falling on her boob, she like falls and accidentally gropes him and freaks the fuck out, and it becomes like a running thing. So it's a comedy first and foremost, but it's also just turning tropes on its head. It's pretty funny. I actually really like it, and as it's going, the characters are both growing much faster than I expected, which is something I appreciate from anime, because I think the slow burn doesn't work in a lot of slice of life stuff, because it just makes the joke go on too long. But I don't know. I like Nagatoro a lot, but we'll get to the news on it later. Taylor, what have you been watching and reading this week?
Does it have to be like anime related?
Not necessarily. What you been
I
into?
mean, what are you watching?
Literally, the only thing that I can say that I actually watched is I watched Sharif's final episode of that One Piece playthrough, and it was fantastic. By the way, dog. And I remember, like,
Thank you.
Here's the crazy part about it, and you can hate me if you want to, cuz that was literally the first video of his entire playthrough that I actually watched. was like the last one.
I don't know how many videos are in that playthrough.
Actually, no, it's the second, because I watched the one with he was talking about the girls in One Piece, and then I watched the last one, and I literally jumped in, no idea what was happening, and all I know is there's this really gigantic lady wearing a pink dress.
Is he talking Big Mom?
Who's apparently her name is Big Mama.
Yeah, Big Mom. Yep.
Oh no.
Then here comes some dude named Blackbeard.
Oh no.
And he's like, I'm about to give you their hands because the straw hats just gave you these hands. Then some big dude comes out of nowhere. It was like, you making trouble on my island. And Blackbeard was like, nah, I'm out. And he left. And then he looked at Big Mama and he said, you bought this action too? And then she was like, no. And then she went through some fucking mirror or some bullshit. And I'm thinking, okay, so this dude's clearly a good guy. And it turns out, no. You gotta give him the hands. And apparently he turns into Shinron, which I am, like, still trying to process.
Well, I want...
I'm done.
Chat, I want you guys to know that while in the manga this is not the way the events play out exactly, these are all incredibly accurate depictions of things that happen in One Piece.
And I'm just because I have not gotten that far in One Piece. I don't know who any of these people are. I'm just like, why though?
I want you, Sharif. I need you. By the way, anybody at home, youtube.com/shootingstarsheriff. Check it out. You guys, I need you to just send him the video of whenever you fought Katakuri, because I want him to see a rubber man and a marshmallow man go to battle. The greatest fight in all of One Piece is a rubber man fighting a mochi man. That's a real thing. It's the single greatest piece of animation they've ever made.
Yep.
Go watch it.
But you know what the crazy part though? I had no idea what was going on. When that fool turned into Shenron, I was like, bro, what is this? But while the fight was happening, I was like, I'm getting kind of hyped, which is crazy. And at the end, I literally just dropped in. I don't know anything or anybody. And Luffy was out there being like, saying like, thanks for showing up. Thanks for fighting. We all friends and stuff. And I was like, why am I getting emotional?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, One Piece is crazy. One Piece is crazy. And I also made a very astute observation. And he saw the comment that I made on his video. I was like, why is the character designs in One Piece, it's either you have this unbelievable drip or you're a C+ horror movie villain.
Yeah.
You're either decide one way or the other.
Oda has two styles. Either you're like super dope or you're horrifying.
Bro, like I don't know what's happening.
It's one or the other.
I'm still stuck on that dude turning into Shinron.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is the whole time he was like, he gonna turn into a dragon.
Yep.
I was like, he's a dragon?
Yeah, man. Over the last year, One Piece has gone from like a show that I liked as a kid to my favorite shonen like series. as I rewatched and reread the entire thing, and I am genuinely blown away by the level of detail and like consistent greatness that they put in. But I never recommend it to anybody because it's 1,000 chapters and 900 episodes.
Yep.
I'll be honest, I checked out when he said big woman called Big Mama.
And like,
That was like part like the best part, because it was like, because she had two people being like, "Yo, you finna get these hands," and she's just like, "Nah." She was getting ready to fight Blackbeard. She was like, "This sucks, but I'm gonna throw hands with you." But other homie came in. She was like, "Nah, dog, I'm straight."
Can we just have an
left.
episode called Big Women? Just where you talk about big women, just big, large women. We got your we got your Resident Evil woman. We got the one woman from the Seven Deadly Sins. We got
Hell yeah.
what are some other big women
Oh,
in anime?
God, big.
Big
Midnight, what's the big lady
Big one.
from
Oh,
My
Mountain
Hero?
Lady.
Mountain Lady, yeah.
Mount Lady.
Thickness.
Mount Thickness.
That's so bad. All right, I'm gonna finish this up so we get into the news real quick. I watched a few things. I caught up on Megalobox. It's still kicking me in the feels. I'm really intrigued with where that's going. I started rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho again because I haven't watched it in like 2 years, and it's one of my favorite series of all time. So I'm checking that out.
It's my favorite anime, bro.
Dude, it's like top tier. Like, it is so fantastically made. It's got some of the coolest fights and like some of the best stuff. Like, it just holds up, and like the English dub is pretty classic too, which makes me happy.
I'm slightly triggered when anybody says Yu Yu Hakusho because I have a friend who like refuses to watch any other animes. He just keeps talking about Yu Yu Hakusho.
Weird.
It's a joke. It's a joke. But every time he's like, "Oh yeah, no, it doesn't hold a candle to Yu Yu Hakusho."
Slow down.
There's no. Dragon Ball,
best,
Dragon Ball fans are okay. Here's the thing: Dragon Ball's the same way.
I need to know.
Yeah.
Does anybody else
Dragon Ball's the
notice that
same
Sharif
way.
is all like off sync with his video?
Yep.
I don't know how this is
Am I?
happening. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like your audio is like way ahead, like behind you. It's weird.
Like by a second or more?
Oh no, by like
I don't-
2 to 3 seconds at least. Like, it's like you say words and it's like a bad dub from like 1976.
Which matches the theme, so we're fine.
Sharif, you
Okay,
look like
cool,
you're trying
cool.
to like be in like a Wu-Tang video or something. Like when they're cutting to like old movies. Like, that's what's happening right now.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Oh god. No, I was gonna say Aaron also has a point there. Because you have anime fans that like Dragon Ball, and then you have Dragon Ball fans that just like Dragon Ball and nothing else. I don't like those people are hard to talk to, so I understand, Aaron.
But they can't be Goku. They can't be Goku.
Yeah, nobody in the anime universe could hold a candle to Goku, bro.
They can't.
Bro, the amount of people who are weaker than Goku that can beat Goku. Bro, Lelouch can beat Goku.
Well, the trick is that
Yes.
the problem with the Z fighters, they're super easy to beat because it is canon that they can't beat gag manga characters. So like Arale creams Goku. That's a canon thing. Which means Saitama would beat them all. It's sad, but it's true.
Well, Saitama is canonically just completely unbeatable. So, like, he's the only one that has cred to his name.
Anyway, I did have one manga that I did want to bring up and see if anybody else has read it, because I started it yesterday, and I kind of blasted through the first 20 chapters. There's only 80 or so. It's a newer series, only been out since like mid-2019. It is called Mission Yozakura Family. Have any of you guys heard of this one?
I mean, I saw
I
you
have
posting
not.
about it, but I don't think I've actually watched it or read it.
So it's a Shonen Jump series. I think it might be another one of the ones that like it's from their online catalog, though I'm not 100% sure. It's a cool little series. It's another Yakuza thing, which or like a spy series. I know Sharif and I have an affinity for the like crime stories, Vongola for
Oh,
life.
crime stories are great.
Uh, like Shonen battle trope crime stories.
Oh yeah.
So the whole premise is that this guy, kid named Tayo, who is super shy and like afraid of getting close to people because his family all died in a car crash. He has one friend, and it turns out that her family are all like spies. And while she is a normal person, all her like siblings are super spies. And the only way for him to like survive and like stay friends with her is for them to get like married and him then to protect her, and they do, and that's like the setup for the series, and it's been really fun so far. They've had a lot of like, they had some power creep at the beginning, which I was like I'm worried about because it happened real fast, but it's been an interesting little ride of him, learning to be a spy and dealing with this like weird world and trying to like balance like. There's an entire chapter about him trying to balance the fact that he basically just like trains and goes on missions and goes to school and never spends time with his now wife / best friend. And he's like, oh no! And it's fun. I like it a lot. I highly recommend it if you got that Shonen Jump app. It's on there.
That sounds dope.
It's one that I would like to see get an anime.
Oh, another good one that's very. Got you. Another one that's really similar to what you're talking about, Scott, is Spy X Family on the Shonen Jump app. That's a good read. That's a really good one.
Yeah, Spy X Family is very wholesome and much more
that.
of a gag manga with a very great premise, and which I would also love to see that one get like a full anime adaptation because I think they would do it pretty stellar. We'll do a whole episode on spy manga at some point, I guess. But with that, we're gonna move into the news.
Yeah.
Actually, I have something.
What you want, Aaron?
I feel that I must retract my statement from two episodes ago, where I said that the Pokemon hysteria was blown out of proportion. I must make a correction, for I have seen new footage of people beating each other up at stores.
Yeah, I tried to tell you. You didn't listen.
Trying to get
we gotta get the black Charizard VMAX cart.
It's gonna. My heart is broken at this revelation that
FTK.
people can't just like things anymore. That it has to be an all for nothing pursuit. My heart is breaking for the children who will never ever get a Pokemon card because their fucking parents or parent adjacent peers stole every goddamn Pokemon card just to eventually sell it back to them for like $1,000 a pop.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm sorry, children.
Like,
you'll never enjoy Pokemon. We got to enjoy Pokemon just as a nice little thing, where like card decks were like $1 each, and we just enjoyed having them. They looked cool. Like nobody cared about what they were. We just like they were $1. Back before the crash, the 2008 financial crash, which, as we all know, skyrocketed Pokemon cards to the price of $15 a pack.
Here's my solution for all of you guys who are upset about Pokemon.
FTK.
Just come play Vanguard with me and Sharif. Moving on.
Yeah, find a new hobby. There's lots of new card games, guys. Let the children have Pokemon. Let children enjoy Pokemon.
FTK, man.
Yeah,
FTK.
like play what you want. Just like scalpers suck. We need to find a way to deal with them. Anyways,
Get the blicky.
our first bit of news is this one I put in here because I think Sharif would be happy. Is that they have a new project for Mobile Suit Gundam Seed that they're bringing back. They're doing a whole like trio of things. They're coming out with a new anime. They just released a big ass Gundam Seed statue, life-size one of I think. God, Sharif? What's the main Gundam in this Gundam Seed? When you're done with your freak out, and the new video game. So we're getting like the whole trifecta: anime, video game, big ass statue to go see. So that's gonna be coming out soon. I take it you're excited.
Since we're on, yes, because there's also more Gundam Seed related stuff this year too. So there's also Gundam. There's also going to be this new like short anime called Gundam Seed Eclipse as well, which is actually getting its first master grade, which is like a 1/100 scale. I'm a Gundam freak, by the way, for anybody who's tuning into this chat right now. I'm a Gundam freak. We're getting a new Gundam of the main mobile suit of the series. It's gonna be a really beautiful master grade. I'm buying it. There's also going to be a new Gundam Seed Eclipse like mobile game and stuff like that. The Gundam Seed is going hard this year. Oh, and the main suit is Strike Freedom. The strikes are from Gundam Seed. So just a little FYI. And Strike is amazing suit. But yes, I'm super excited for all the Gundam Seed goodness.
Well, all right then. Our next bit of news, a little less fun, but I just thought the story was interesting, and it's something that I want to know why people in Japan keep doing this. After a 25-year-old woman was arrested this week after making threats to WIT Studio. They make Attack on Titan, Great Pretender, and Vivi Fluorite, that Taylor talked about last week, to burn it down. The police are now looking into whether or not she could be involved with threats that other companies have received the past couple of years, and all this comes on the back of course, back in 2019 when Kyoto Animation was a victim of an arson attack that left 36 people killed and 33 injured, which is wild. Stop burning down animation studios. Don't burn things in the first place, but please stop being mean to the anime people. They're doing what they can. It's just their job.
Is this because of I mean, I don't know anything about the story and I don't know how like detailed it gets, but do they have like an actual motive or for either cases?
They haven't put up anything officially because I believe everything's still under investigation, but it is generally believed that it is irate fans. It is people who are angry about projects or things of that nature, and then as happens very commonly in America, where everybody tweets death threats to all their favorite content creators, in Japan, apparently, they just threatened to burn down your place of work.
Again, why aren't we just allowed to like things? Fans, okay, I'm going to propose a radical solution to destroying... I will destroy all fandoms. There will be no fandoms. If you go anywhere beyond passive enjoyment, you will be taken in by the police. You will be arrested and put in solitary confinement with you in a show of your choosing, which is where you fans belong. So tired of fandoms. They're the worst. Why are all fandoms so toxic? They're horrible.
And I think Aaron's...
I disown them all.
Like, it is always that vocal minority that goes to an extreme, and it sucks because it kind of makes things look bad across the board, but I don't understand it, man. There's got to be there
all
are
fans
undoubtedly
are capable.
better outlets for your upsettedness of whatever.
All fans are just an arsonist in waiting. They're all bad. As we are a fan-based podcast, and I have disbanded us all. I've disowned all of us in the chat.
Tempest just says in the chat, sir, excuse me, how many items do you own? Yeah, I think we have to lock you up now. It's too many.
Yeah, Taylor's a goner for sure. I'm sorry, Taylor. You've been great.
You own too many waifus.
Too many waifus.
You have been flagged as a high risk. Sharif, too many Gundam.
That's the specific charge too. It's too many waifus. They got like a list, like of Stalin-esque style rules that you can't surpass. They're just going door to door, sir, I'd like to see your waifus, please. I swear it's just Hinata.
That's why Sharif keeps his Gundams off frame, is so nobody can get them.
The FBI is watching our podcast, and they're just waiting. They're waiting for one of us to go off the rails.
All right.
I don't even own a lighter.
So, our final piece of news, unless anybody else chimes in with something, is something bringing us back onto the fun track. And as I said, it has to do with Miss Nagatoro. This is by way of Kara Dennison on Crunchyroll. Brings us that there is a new Don't Toy With Me Miss Nagatoro alarm mobile app for Mobcast games, and it lets fans customize their wake-up experience. You can have the voice actress has over 70 brand new lines for her, and it can wake you up every day. You can get up every day being bullied by Nagatoro, your favorite tsundere girl.
Well, I already have a fiance.
Yo, cuz,
so.
did you find it? Cuz, did you find it yet?
I'm putting it in.
Yo, Taylor, did you find it?
I have Nagatoro live wallpaper. That's what
Like,
pops up when I type in her name.
I don't know if it's on.
Oh,
The app is available in Japan for iOS and Android.
God damn it.
Sadly, but I just thought it was a fantastic story. If you guys know how to get Japanese apps onto an American device, we lost Taylor. He's gone. He can't handle the disappointment. I should have known this was coming.
I threatened to put legislation in place where
If you wanna play-
like all fans would be arrested, but the Nagatoro alarm is what got him off. He's like, nah.
if you want to play Japanese, if you want to put
Bear.
Japanese apps on your phone, you can just download Co-op. Co-op is a good app.
Don't
for that.
tease me like that.
I didn't read
Don't
the whole
tease
article. I
me,
just got
Miss
excited. I'm
Bear.
sorry.
Do you,
This is my
do you
bad.
know how quick I picked up my phone to look this up? This is real. I'm looking it up, and I can't.
You see what he did there? He
Wait,
pulled
wait.
a Miss Nagatoro.
We might have a solution. If you have a VPN, you can try maybe changing your phone to Japan long enough to download the app. Maybe that'll work.
And also get on
I
Japanese
have
Tinder.
a VPN on my phone. I'll try it.
What, man? They need love.
I will try it after the show. Just remind me. I'll see if I can get it for us. Oh,
They're like
man.
a waifu, like a Tinder, like a fake Tinder where you can like swipe on waifus, and like there's like a dedicated group of people who like message you back as that supposed
Guys,
character.
What if
That would be cool.
What if we just
gonna start that
create like a social like platform, like a Twitter, but specifically for waifus, just for people to meet other people with the same waifu. Waifus.
I'm saying
waifu.
I'm
Connect.
saying we have we start a co-op of people. It's kind of like a sex line type.
Wait,
of
it's a
thing,
real
but,
thing.
like,
Waifu Finder. It's a real thing, guys.
isn't that a
we're,
wallpaper app?
we're investing in Waifu Finder.
It's got 5,000 downloads, so it's probably trash.
I'm saying we start a co-op where we have people working as like they get assigned a specific character that they have to act like that character, and other people go on this Tinder-like app where they swipe on the waifus they want, and then those waifus will message them back as that character. And you can be in a committed, a semi-committed relationship with this waifu character. Technically, it's no different than the Japanese like escorts who don't like actually have sex with you, but they like cuddle with you. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
They're so starved for affection. They have like people whose entire job is to basically like just cuddle you. Like it's nothing sexual. You're just like cuddling. You can get hugs.
I would be so good at that. I'm so round.
And then there's also obviously the like Japanese made
bestest
cafes, right? That are supposed to be designed for kind of like a similar purpose.
No. That one's for a different purpose. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the main event. If nobody else has any. Oh no, what Taylor? What did you find?
Yo, don't get this app, bro. Don't get this app. I got this shit. Look at this. Look at this.
That's a pretty hot
On a
waifu.
waifu app. On a
That's hot.
waifu app. Bro,
So hot.
Bro, look at this. On a waifu app.
Hot.
No, come on. Come
You
on.
swiping right on that?
Anyway, we're gonna move
This
into our main.
motherfucker's name is Basketball Club Captain.
Yes.
All right, so our main topic this week, as you can see, it's the build an anime, and what does that entail? What does that mean? So basically, my question for the guys last week after the show was, if you could take any IP in the world that is not already associated with anime and make it into one, whether it's an anime film or like an OVA, a short run series, whatever you want to do, what IP would you take? How would you adapt it? And of course, if you got any details you want to add on, go for it. And why, of course, like why that one? Like why this thing? So that was my question to my cohorts here. So does anybody want to take the lead? You guys want to?
Please, I'm trying to save mine for last, so let's go, guys.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hit this up real quick.
All right,
I'm gonna hit this up. I had to hold on. I'm getting my notes. I'm getting my notes.
The man's got notes.
It's fun because
So,
I was the
paying
bad
attention?
one. I was the bad one this week who did like no homework. I ended up hella busy all work. And I'm talking to Taylor before the show like, I didn't do anything. All right, what do you got, Sharif?
So the IP that I picked was Altered Carbon, which is a show from Netflix.
Oh, nice.
Ironically
choice.
enough, right? It's actually a yeah. It's actually a dark sci-fi kind of thriller where this guy gets resurrected like 250 years later in a whole nother body, and the only way, and he's like a prison convict, so his only way to like to get his like sentence, or the only way for him to like have his sentence lifted, is by like solving like these mind-bending murders and stuff like that. It's really dope. I started watching like the first like 2 or 3 episodes this week, and I was like, this would be really cool. So I think the only company that I could really think of at the time that would do maybe a dark sci-fi thing kind of cool would be Studio Bones. Just for like their work on like Eureka 7. And they flirted with like sci-fi stuff before. So I was like, okay, I think they would be able to do like a grittier, like more darker type of sci-fi type of setting. And then as far as like a limit, like as far as like how long I would want it to run, I'm like, we're gonna do this Bebop style. We're gonna run it 12 episodes and bust. we're just gonna do a short run and call it a day. So the Altered Carbon as a show has more than 1 season. It has 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. So but I would probably try and keep it all condensed down to like just like him solving the mystery. Maybe there's like some deeper stakes in it, and then like kind of just wrap everything up in a story. I don't know if it could be done in like a 12 episode run, but I would keep it shorter for sure.
I was gonna say, I think that's a good idea. Honestly, the second season's been a little bit disappointing. And the first season I felt like had a good conclusion. Like it doesn't solve everything, but I mean that's fine. Like it solves the main like arc of that season, and like that's good enough for me.
I had 2 questions because I
that's what I felt. That's how I felt.
So my one question is have you actually watched the anime? There is a anime movie that apparently is not good, so I never watched it. There's an anime film called Re-Sleeved.
I didn't know.
That's right. I have of Altered Carbon. There's an anime film they put out on Netflix like a little while ago.
Yeah.
It's, you know what it kind of reminded me of? Like the animation didn't look that great. It didn't look that good at all, but like it reminded me of like the anime movie they made for the Riddick series.
I know what you're talking about. I've just never seen it.
Oh, the Riddick anime is so cool.
I know.
The anime. Did you have?
I didn't know about Sleeve.
Mm-hmm. The animation they use it might even be the same studio. Have any of you guys watched Kengen Asura?
I haven't.
I know what you're talking about. I'm aware of it.
I don't know.
Okay, it's one of the like 3D animes that's on Netflix. They did a couple of those, but that's the animation style Re-Sleeved used, and I'm not a fan of it. But my other thing is, would you want to do like an original series in the Altered Carbon universe, or would you want to cover like Tak? Would you want to be like with Tak and seeing like his story just in anime format?
I would probably say do like a spin-off of it, like a kind of like a side shoot. Maybe it could be someone completely different. I could see that, and I would, yeah, maybe more of an original route. But yeah, in the universe still, yeah. I'm about it.
Cool. I take that a lot. All right, so Altered Carbon. I didn't see that one coming, for sure.
This is a good one, yeah.
Right, because I did really like Altered Carbon. You know what made me sad about season 2 is because I like Anthony Mackie a lot, and I think
I know.
he just didn't have the right like persona to be like a badass, hard-edged like noir dude. Like he's got too much of a nice guy vibe about him. I don't know.
I don't even know if it was him. It just felt like the direction was off, like altogether. The piece didn't flow the same way. It just felt it felt a little divorced from the first season in terms of tone and scope. I think what's great about the first season is that it's like very limited in its reach of like the world itself. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, there's a lot of cool concepts going on here, but they all serve the very simple mystery story that's happening here. Yeah. Like there's a lot of stuff about this background that goes somewhat explored, but it's like it's all about the mystery. And I don't know, like it seems like the scope of the second season is much larger. And I don't know, it kind of feels a little like it falls apart a little bit. I honestly don't know if it's the main actor because I think he does fine. I think it just feels weird because the direction is off.
Yeah, well, not to get like off on an Altered Carbon tangent, but I do think it's a thing that's tough to do in live action because when you do change protagonists, it's hard to match. Like the reason it works in something like Doctor Who is because the Doctor is canonically like his personality changes, whereas you know when you're the same person just in a different physical body and nothing else about you changes, it's hard to get that matched up, and I was really impressed with how well they did in the first season. But in animation, it'd be easy because you just keep the animation is going to be drawn the same. Like they're going to still be able to draw the characters to move in the same ways that the other bodies did, and like it's going to have the same ticks and all those other things, and they can, even if they really want to, like get just a really versatile voice actor to handle the different forms and like change their like intonations depending on the physical body they're in. They can do a lot of stuff with it. I like this. This is cool. Gives me a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to take next? Now, Taylor, I know you got a few of them, right? You had a small list running.
Well, since I found out like right before we actually went live that I could have done cartoons too. Yeah, I have like 8 now.
All right.
Yeah, I got like 8 now. Can I just run off the list?
Yeah, let's go off the list and then like we'll start by picking just one and going in on it.
Off top, the one I put on here, maybe a few minutes ago, Kim Possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that one.
Because I can vibe.
I like it.
I can vibe with the whole concept of Kim Possible, just like an anime, because it's basically a very anime concept. There's this high school girl who goes off to save the world, and like 95% of all anime takes place in high school.
Yeah, about
a teenager going to save the world. And I would be really about it to see Shigo as as an anime character. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, full on anime waifu Shigo. I'm into it.
Probably throw that one to Studio. I'd probably throw that one to Shaft. I'd probably throw that one to Shaft because they have some really good character designs and they're really good with stories and action stuff like that. Second one on this thing is Danny Phantom.
Hey. Yeah.
So
wait, hold on. There is already an anime of Danny Phantom. It's called Bleach.
Don't disrespect Danny Phantom like that.
You know they would do the same structure. You know it'd be the same story.
Don't disrespect Danny Phantom like that.
I want to see the Box Ghost drawn as a brawlic like anime boy. Like that's my
Yes.
dream.
Yes.
Like
Oh my god. Hit
The Box
Skulker?
Ghost.
What?
dude,
Skulker
like
would be so dope.
Skulker would be like legit badass.
Skulker
Like,
would look good.
can you imagine him like in the intro? Like the first season intro would have to be Skulker, right? It'd be like you like at the end you would just see like him looking down, and then he would do the profile turn, and you would see the flames lick up his skull.
Oh, that'd be so. Oh, that would be so dope. That's so dope.
Box Ghost would just be this like mindless, like hulking figure. The first episode, you would see like the box on the ground, and then it like Danny would be like, "I don't know what's going on, guys," and you would just see the like the little lights under it and the black shadow face, and then it stand up and be huge. Guys, I should write
the
anime.
Box Ghost.
Also, like, you have to imagine that they would take the parents, like, the dad would become this, like, hyper competent ghost hunter, like, rather than the, like, dunce he is most of the show.
Bro.
He'd just be like, he'd come out of nowhere, like,
'cause
towards, like, the
that's
end
the
of.
mom.
He'd come to, towards
the mom
the,
is hyper
towards the end.
competent.
The mom's competent, yeah, but like you know in animes like the dad has like this secret, like there's like a secret with the father being like actually a really like cool person. So like at the end of the first season Danny's in trouble and both the parents come out and they just become this like overpowered tag team. Danny can never look at them the same.
All right. Next, what's next on this list? I'm having fun, Taylor.
Kelly's gonna love me for this one. The Ed Nettie movie.
What?
Where
All
they
right.
go and try to find Eddie's brother.
Oh my god.
I am trying. I'm
Oh,
trying
the Big
very
Picture
hard.
show.
Okay, what studio would handle this? Because I have my idea of what studio should handle this. But what
I
would
would
you
get
do?
out with a trigger.
Yes,
That's what I was
gonna say
thinking.
Trigger. I was literally thinking of Kill la Kill.
Trigger.
Yeah, but I want it. So here's my pitch for this. I don't know if you had like an idea for formatting, but I'm thinking like a full Journey to the West parody with Ed and Eddie. Done by
I'm with
Trigger.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to imagine
Oh
the
my
actual
God.
characters, Ed and Eddie as anime characters. I'm trying to think of just a butter toast, but like how you turn that into
He would just be the one random. He would just be the one random character.
Mm-hmm.
He has a butter
toast.
toast like chain or earring or whatever. He constantly reading manga.
I imagine like I can't remember which characters are which in Ed and Eddie. It drives me crazy, but I'd imagine the one with the black beanie.
Double
D. I'd imagine him just being like this very like the skinny like emo-ish character in animes. You got to give him glasses so he could just be like.
I don't think we're going the right way, Eddie.
Eddie-san. Doshite Eddie-san.
Bro, like
But he would have it would be like it'd be like in a Soul Eater with the character who likes symmetry. Like that would be because he's like in Ed and Ed he's like a big germaphobe, right? He's like got major OCD
he's
and has
so
like
into
huge,
order.
yeah. You just freak the fuck out when things were out of order.
Oh man, I totally want to rewatch Soul Eater. That one's fun.
Soul Eater is fun until you get to like the last episode.
Yeah.
Then it's not.
It kind of got a little away from me. I'll be
Well,
honest. Like
it
I was watching it.
diverges from the manga real hard.
Oh,
Like,
does it? Okay.
Yeah. I never
don't know
finished
where,
the manga,
though.
but like the entire like last arc with the way that they defeat the Kishin is basically all made up for the anime, so they can end it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense because it feels like they just made some shit up.
Yeah.
And
Let's keep going on this list. These are wild.
Oh, I actually did this one out of spite. Avatar.
Next.
Yeah, we ain't even gonna dignify that with an answer. It's already an anime.
I will.
I meant the one with the blue people.
Wait. Oh. Oh. Okay, hold on.
that
Avatar's
was
already
rude.
anime. Why would I pick?
I don't know. That's why I was so concerned.
My answer stands. Next.
I'm into it.
You ain't like Avatar?
It's fine. It's like I thought it was cool to watch in 3D. It's.
Here's what the
Pocahontas.
compromise is.
It's got blue people.
Here's the compromise. James Cameron still has to be involved somehow.
No.
Like James Cameron just decides he wants to run an anime studio. He would go hard. He would go hard in that shit. They'd be busting out new technologies for this anime we've never seen before.
Be the most expensive anime ever.
He would literally commission a team to design real world anime robots to then just film them. Like he would just make a real world cartoon like studio and like just film people in these animatronic anime costumes. It's gonna be great.
Say a word. I would watch it.
He would go hard.
He
He
would.
would go real hard.
Okay. Now we're going into the movies.
All right.
Okay.
Like the more mainstream movies. I told Bear like the first one that came to mind when he brought this up was Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to do the prequels and I don't want to do the sequels. I don't want to do them shit.
Oh yeah, just do your own stuff. You know.
But the second thing to come to mind was like Pirates of the Caribbean, like the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean, and make that like a 50 like episode thing.
That
Is
could be
50
cool.
too much?
No, actually, that's you know what. Once you get
That'd
into
be
the
just
lore,
about right.
once you get into the lore of Pirates of the Caribbean, like it's very anime-esque.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Curse of the
Like-
Black Pearl is like, okay, this is a fun like fairy tale kind of weird story. And then like it just goes off the rails after the second one where now you're dealing with like Poseidon and like Davy Jones and very
Oh, no.
animated out characters.
No, like the second and third were fantastic for me. The other, I think 3.
Oh yeah, there's more.
Is there 3 more?
I think there's 2 more. I think there's 5 total.
Yeah, I believe there are 5 total. There's because it's the original
The first
trilogy
3
is
are
Curse,
good.
Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's
Davy
Chest,
Jones.
Is
Yeah,
there?
man.
World's End, on Stranger Tides. God, there's one more. What is it? Because the last one was with Benicio del Toro, I believe, and I just can't think.
Which he's just the best person ever. Like I honestly considered watching the movie just so I can watch his performance. But I will say that like I feel like the first 3 would give you a nice like crisp storyline because the other 2 don't seem to be concerned with much of anything. They'd be good offshoots.
Anything at all.
Also, you have to promise me that Johnny Depp or that Jack Sparrow would be like a side character like Jiraiya, who just kind of like wanders around and ends up in other people's stories.
The one thing I was gonna say is I do like the so they made an entire book series that I read a bit as a kid about young Jack Sparrow, like how he became Jack Sparrow as he was, and I think like that could make like a cool like shonen style like anime as well,
It
following because Jack's story is that he's like a runaway and like he's always been in search of like his own ship and his hat and how to like his place to be a captain. Which is a very, like, anime protagonist thing, you know? Like, I want to be the Hokage. Like, no. He just wants to be Captain Jack Sparrow, and he always says that he is, even when he doesn't have a ship, even when he doesn't have a crew, like, any of that stuff. And in fact, that's basically Luffy. Anyway.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That one's in my heart because we don't have enough we don't have enough pirate anime.
I agree.
We have two off the top of my head. One is long as shit, but it's spectacular if you actually sit down and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is just tits in space, and I don't.
Yeah, because like the pirate series are what, like Space Captain Harlock, which is super old. One Piece.
Oh, okay, 3 then.
What is the one you are referencing? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm lost here.
It's like it's some pirate captain woman,
Space Dandy?
big booby. No, it's not Space Dandy.
Oh yeah, I know it is literally called like Space Pirate Lady or like something. Like it's literally
like,
just like a TNA anime. It's fan service for days.
Yeah, it's like that, and it kind of disappoints me because she ain't that hot. But like moving on from there,
Would Outlaw Star fall under that?
Probably they're space pirates. Yeah. No, they're outlaws.
Yeah, Outlaw
That's
Star
a little more
would-
like Wild West, like the way like Cowboy Bebop is.
You telling me we're really not gonna say Treasure Planet?
Yeah,
not an
okay,
anime.
yeah.
It counts, goddammit. Give Treasure Planet the love it deserves. Anyway, let's keep going on this
Yeah,
list.
what do you
We
got
gotta-
next,
we gotta-
Taylor?
Motherfucker said Treasure Planet. Next on this list, I thought would be really dope would be like the Truman Show.
I could see that being an anime.
Like if you don't know what the Truman Show is, it's basically this dude who's been living life basically by himself, but the whole is it by himself? I don't remember the movie.
The idea is that they put this character from birth up until he's an adult in a completely fake reality that they televise to the world as a show, but he does not know it's a television show. He just thinks that this is his normal life, but everybody around him is an actor involved with the production of this like one-of-a-kind show. He lives in this like dome world.
Yeah, like even
But
like
to
his
make-
wife and everything.
Yeah, but to make this an anime, there'd have to be multiple layers to this. It would the twist wouldn't just be that his whole world is fake and he lives in a dome world. It would also have to be something crazy, like actually he's the key to like unlocking like alien civilization or something. It would be something whack because like the one twist isn't enough in like an anime like that. That mystery would get solved within the first like couple episodes. You'd figure it out. But then, like, as it went on, the shadowy organization
well,
that
if we
runs
do
this
it-
production is, like, revealed.
If we do it as a gag anime, though, the running joke could be that he finds out in the first like episode or two, and it's him concocting convoluted plots to get out without anybody noticing he's trying to escape.
Yeah, just making, like his own weird storylines.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That could be fun.
So
Alright.
basically, me giving Taylor a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
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 Or
That.
and you can do it where like he can't tip off the production company, because if the production company knows that he knows, then like it's over for him. So like he's got to do like that. He's got to do that like Death Note style, like where he knows people are watching him, but
Yeah.
like
The
he's gotta,
chip
like-
bag in the bag scene. I was just trying to think of how can we parody that.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Anytime he needs privacy and he doesn't want them to like be watching him planning something, he puts something like NC-17 on in the background, so because he knows they cut away.
Like, that bastard.
Oh man.
And like the last two I have here. Oh damn! I just thought of another one. Rick and Morty. I would love to see that be an anime.
That's something I could see them do like an anime episode.
They totally would.
Like,
I mean, they've already done a
Yeah,
Like,
Oh, they have a
promotional
whole
video.
bro.
Yeah, they have the video, which was really good.
It would be so dope. But the last two I have is Silence of the Lambs. Like I think as like an anime concept, like go into a killer to like find a killer. I think that would be dope. It's like a little 12 episode like little series.
Yeah, if they animate it like Junji Ito style, which is fucking horrifying because that man is a twisted human being.
Well, we all know how the Junji Ito anime came out. It came out horrible because I don't think they understand what makes those images frightening and off-putting. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the Junji Ito anime that they did. It's not good. It like I've read the comics that they're deriving those from, and it's just like it's not the same. I think part of it's because like the color palette they're using is just awkward and weird and doesn't look right. They're just like doing verbatim of the panel, but like why would you do that? Like again, like what's the purpose of even making it an animation if like you're not gonna add to it what anime is capable of adding to something, what like animation is capable of doing for. I'm curious to see the Uzumaki movie or series they're coming out with. I don't know which one it is. Have you guys seen the trailer for that?
I have not.
It's like black and white. It very much looks like these comic-esque style panels. The teaser trailer for it does not reveal much at all, but it does reveal a sense of atmosphere that seems to be more in line with Junji Ito's work. It's like the trailer itself is nothing but pure atmosphere, and it's like, okay, I think they kind of understand what to do with this series. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, I was really disappointed by the first attempt at animating his work. So, but I'm very down for the Silence of the Lambs thing. It's actually similar to the idea I was going to bring to the table. Kind of somebody beat me to the chase.
Yeah, and like the last one, which is the one I was gonna more than likely go with, is Catch Me If You Can.
Hey, yeah, fun little.
Because I say give that one just straight up the trigger. Give that one a trigger too. I feel like Trigger would give that, like, I feel like Trigger would make that such a fun show.
Yeah.
To sit down and watch. And the thing that people don't really give Trigger credit for is they give their characters a whole lot of drip.
Yeah.
And when you're like a con man, you gotta have a ton of drip. And I think this guy is gonna have so much drip.
You gotta also have Leonardo DiCaprio doing the voiceover for the English version too.
Oh yeah.
Him and Tom Hanks.
Him and Tom Hanks. They got to.
I would love to see more like celebrities just deciding to like try and do anime voiceovers. Like I don't encourage celebrities doing voiceover work because like there's a whole industry of voiceover talent that gets passed over. But it would be cool to see a little more like acting involved with some of the voiceover stuff. Like I feel like, like Hayao Miyazaki's works usually just get like some of the best voice acting for the English versions, partly because it feels like there's actual acting involved with the voice, with the dialogue. Like, I don't know, Christian Bale kills it as fucking
As Hal.
Oh, as Hal, yeah. And so does Billy Crystal.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if you don't
Flame.
mention Calcifer, like, we're gonna have some problems.
Yeah, Calcifer has like the best English dub I've ever heard. It just fits so well.
Oh man. Those were some solid picks, man.
That was great. All right, Bear, what do you have for us?
Okay. So I've got two, maybe three. The first one, is the most atypical me thing. Is that I would love to see, a Dungeons and Dragons series done. I don't know the animation studio that does the Castlevania series. But I would love to see somebody like Adi Shankar, who is the director of Castlevania, and he's going to be running Devil May Cry. I would love to see him take something like the Ravenloft setting of D&D, or maybe even something like totally different, like go with like Eberron and do like a steampunky, pulpy heist movie with like air pirates and stuff. I think they could do a lot of really cool stuff. There's not a ton of classic fantasy in anime, like Record of Lodoss War. There's not too many of those, and so I think it'd be something really fun and really cool to see. So that's I would love to see specifically like the Castlevania team make a D&D anime. Whatever world setting they want to go with would be probably pretty dope.
I could vibe with that.
Yeah, yeah.
The next one. What do you got?
I'd be down for that.
The next one is I would love to see. So I'm a big like YA novel fan. I grew up reading like way too many of them. I love like Harry Potter and stuff. Like my dream in life is to write and publish young adult novels. One of my favorites of all time is the Percy Jackson series.
Ah, damn it! I thought you were gonna say Aragon.
No, Aragon is good, but that's basically just like Lord of the Rings D&D stuff. But I adore Percy Jackson. I think it's really cool. It has some cool visuals. It has a lot of fun flair, and it has a pretty like good anime-esque structure with like young hero protagonists with magical powers. They live at this summer training camp to be demigod heroes, and then they get these prophecies and go on adventures, right? And I would love to see somebody like Studio Madhouse, who makes some really gorgeous stuff. Like they made like the 2011 Hunter x Hunter, and are used to longer form projects, make a Percy Jackson series. Now I don't know if it would be just a direct. I'd be okay with either a direct adaptation of the first 5 books or a totally unique like cast, like full anime, like different group of heroes, like born to different gods, going on prophecies, filling adventures, like seeing how they train and all that stuff, because all of the tropes are in there. Like there are little training arcs inside of the Percy Jackson books. There are like war games that they do. There's big monster battles. Like there's recurring villains, because when you kill a monster, they don't they don't always stay dead for long. They can come back, crawl their way back out of Tartarus and stuff. It's really, really cool. So some of them come back repeatedly, and then I think they have all the fodder there to make something awesome right away.
Yeah. I also think another good one would be like the Golden Compass series, right? Because that one's got kind of some anime vibes to it as well.
So I've never
With,
finished
like,
the Golden Compass, so I couldn't say.
It's got like the animal sidekicks. You got kind of like
But
a
there's not
large
lot of,
shadowy organization, but there's like mini battles in between.
I did think that's the thing, is I don't think like there's a lot of like high action or high octane moments in the Golden Compass.
Telling me 2 bears fighting each other isn't high octane enough for you?
No. All right, my last one is the wildest one. It's because I looked over at my shelf, my wall of Funko Pops that you guys can't see, and my newest acquisition is something I stole from my brother. He has this really awesome double pack of Hanzo and Genji from Overwatch. I really love Overwatch. It's a game that I play way too much of. I have put thousands of hours into that game in the last couple of years. I adore the animated shorts that they make, and I know myself and a lot of other people in the community always want more like concrete detail on the world lore, because we think it's cool and we can't get enough. And I was thinking that I would absolutely love to see a probably short run series, like 13 episodes, about the Overwatch like team during like the height of their heyday. But I would want it to be, I want the art done by Trigger, but I want Mamoru Hosoda to direct it. Because Trigger is awesome. Trigger is brilliant with their animation, their detail, the way they can make characters look wild. I think their style would really go well with they like doing cool ass uniforms, and Overwatch wears uniforms, and they can make them all look dope. If anybody wants to like draw Soldier 76 in Trigger style, I'd love you forever. Because I need that. I want that like on my wall. But Mamoru Hosoda is such a good director, and he's very good at weaving like weird or complex plots together and marrying that with really beautiful visuals like he does in all his animation. So I'd love to see what like that collaboration, because Trigger sometimes gets a little lost in the weeds because they don't have a chill button.
No, they don't.
No chill.
Their first anime ends with fucking
they
galaxies
really
fighting.
don't.
So,
No chill.
like,
I mean, you already have a proof of concept, basically, with the shorts.
Yep.
And, like, some of the shorts are done in anime style. Like, the one, like, where they introduce Doomfist is, like, basically an anime, right?
well, so they have two different styles. They have, like, the comic book style, which is sometimes used for, like, shorter, like, character intros. But the main style is the like, Pixar short-esque 3D, like, super high
Which are
quality
great.
ones.
Yeah, which are great.
Yeah, so, they have the storytelling, but I would just love to see it given a full series treatment. And I think if I picked a time, like, zone, I would want to see the early days of Overwatch itself, like the forming of the team and like into their first major mission. I think that's what I would be really interested in, because we've seen hints of the team being gathered and being formed, but we've never seen them go in. And like, I think it'd be cool to see that, and then maybe a sequel series if it does well of the end of Overwatch where they fell apart. A two-parter. But that's me. Those are my three. My D&D, my Percy Jackson, and my OV watch. So that's what I got. Aaron, what do you have? What do you want to go with?
All right. Well,
pitch?
I whittled it down to one. I got one, because at first, like, the first things that pop into your brain, like Taylor said, like Star Wars. Like, oh yeah, Star Wars would be a cool anime. You got like your big franchises like Marvel and Harry Potter, and it's like, oh, those would go great. But you know what I want to see? I want to see a fresh take on a dead IP. And that dead IP is the Saw series. Now, for anybody that does not know what Saw is the story of a psychotic serial killer named Jigsaw who puts his victims through these horrifying trials because he hates people and thinks he's like this divine punisher type person. But I think like anime does such a good job when they like put in the time and like there's just like there's quiet and time to think, that they explore philosophies that most like Western animes or like Western media doesn't bother to. Like Saw just kind of leaned in heavy to the traps, right? They leaned in heavy to the gory traps and all that stuff. And I think that their latest incantation of the Saw series, which has fucking Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson in it, as like detectives trying to like catch Jigsaw, like I think they're trying to lean out of the traps, but like they're still stuck in like the Saw lore that is really convoluted and weird. But I think that fits anime really well, and I think that a well-seasoned writer/director would be able to pull the interesting philosophies out of Saw and make it this cool detective story, where it's like a mind game between Jigsaw and the detective. Very much like how Saw 2 plays out. I don't know if anybody here has seen any of the Saw series,
Aaron,
but Saw 2...
I've never watched them.
The second Saw, like, tried to be interesting, I think, where, like, all the characters that were stuck in this trap house had at least like interesting, or they had motivations beyond just basic things. And then there's like at the same time the detectives trying to solve the mystery of like where these people are and how to get them out. And it's this very mind gamey kind of movie. And I think like a short run anime would do a good job of doing like just that, like a singular event involving Jigsaw and a detective both trying to outplay each other.
Oh, there
and Sharif, and the Sharif died. He thinks Jigsaw got Sharif. But if I'm going to attach somebody to this, I'm not going to attach a studio, because what's more important than the studio is the writer. And I'm going to hand this one over to Hideki Anno.
Who that?
Okay.
The creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
That's a weird man. That's
The
a strange
film,
villain.
like, he is directly involved in both the animation and the writing. He's basically the big creative gun for Neon Genesis Evangelion. And the reason why I think he works so well is because he has a distinct distaste for people. that allows him to explore interesting themes outside of like what would normally be portrayed in this kind of show. I think he's perfect. I think he could get into the mind of Jigsaw more than some of the other anime writers out there. Also, I think if he has anything to do with the animation, like I would love to see what I really love about Neon Genesis Evangelion's animation is that it's quiet in parts where it needs to be. It looks like a well shot film. You know, there's a real understanding of framing and composition that I don't see in much other anime, because most other anime is not really concerned with those small moments or coming off as film like. I think he has like a decent understanding of how to make like a slow, quiet thriller that would be interesting to watch. So that's my IP that I would love to see as an anime. I think it'd be really cool. I think you could even go multiple seasons if the first one did really well, where you just do different. Because the whole thing about Jigsaw is that he's like some sort of super genius who like sets traps like 30 years in advance. It's stupid, but like that fits with anime. The convoluted like, aha, you fell right into my trap.
I would recommend maybe looking at some like for a studio, maybe somebody like Madhouse, who Madhouse has done a lot of stuff. Like they do most of the hosts of the movies. They do like they did like the Animatrix. They did Tokyo Godfathers. Like they can do a lot of really cool stuff. So
you know what's annoying?
Like
so
might be cool.
Madhouse did Parasite, which is the show I mentioned at the top of the episode, and what was really annoying about that is that the first episode is probably some of the best animation in like a television series I've ever seen, where they put so much detail into the character work and it was fluid. It looked like fucking Miyazaki level like fluid animation of like small moments and things like that. And I was like, whoa, are we gonna get this for the whole series? And then no, it's just like, nah, just the first episode. I just want to get you hooked with the sick ass animation, and then the rest of it's just gonna be like the most tired people in the world were animating it.
That's fun.
So sad.
Well, guys, this has been the animes that we would build out of existing IP. This is our Build an Anime episode. As always, we have been the Super Otaku Show, the Shooting Star Sheriff Sharif himself, Tailor-Made Otaku, and Aaron of Roman Bear. You can find us all on the internet at Shooting Star Sheriff, at TaylorMade Otaku, and at Roman Bear Pro, all on YouTube. You can, of course, find the Super Otaku Show wherever podcasts are broadcast, and we stream every Sunday at Roman Bear Streams with the show live. If you have an anime you want to make, let us know at Super Otaku Show 1 over on Twitter, because I'd love to hear it, man. This was way more fun than I thought going in, and now I want to know everybody's. I want to know what series you want to make and what studio you want to make it. So hit us up over on the Twitter, and we'll be back next time. So until then, guys, so long.
Bye, guys.